See if this thing is working. Grace and peace, everybody. Um, I'm I'm in the neighborhood right now, so if y'all see me, let me see if they're coming over here. The bad people are right there. I don't want them to come over here, troubling me. But grace and peace. How y'all doing? I want to talk. I want to talk a little bit about my flat earthers. My flat earthers. Y'all know I've been down here, and I've been dealing with them flat earthers for a minute. I went to church with them the other day. They were, a different type of church, decent denomination. Y'all do me a favor and subscribe, share the video, trying to keep an eye out. But they decent people. So I went and I saw what they were talking about over there, and Grace and Peace, Joe's daughter, and they laugh at me. Rawls, they laugh at me, bro, when we start talking about certain things. And I call them, those my flat earth, Bible thumping, flat earth people. And it's okay to be like, all right, you go ahead, you globe trotter. That's what they call us that believe in a round earth. They call us globe trotters. We call them flat earthers and they call them globe trotters. Talking about y'all can't even prove gravity. That's a whole nother story. But I went to the church and I was talking to them, and I said, let me just feel out their doctrine and see what they're discussing. It's a normal evangelical church, but like I said, I wouldn't say the denomination, but they kind of stress baptism, and you need to be baptized in order to receive the Spirit. They're a little bit strange, but stuff like that. But I wouldn't still classify them as a cult. But as far as evangelicals, they're borderline because we want to make everybody else a cult. Oh, grace and peace, Phoenix. Long time no see. So in the midst of all of that stuff, in the middle of the service, nice service, Antioch style, Asians are in there, Hispanic brothers in there, Africans in there, really, really mixed. I haven't seen a crowd like that in a long time. But in the midst of that, they got up and they said, well, we're having a Valentine's Day special, but this year they're going to do the Valentine's Day in a club. The church having a Valentine's Day party in the club. And they said that they have to get together, and they want to get together with the single people and all of that stuff from different denominations, all in the same denomination, but you can invite friends and all of that stuff too. But the people are coming from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, from all underneath that denomination, so all the single people can meet and mingle together. Sometimes they rent out a club, sometimes they rent out the whole roller skating ring, the whole sports bar, and this is what the church do. Now, I got a question. If you down with the church and you're doing Valentine's Day, they already know how I feel because, we, with the energy and everything, y'all doing Valentine's Day, y'all doing this and that. How do you feel about that? How do y'all feel about that? Now, we can often say what we want to say, but Valentine's Day is a day of love. We're not getting into the history of it, but Valentine's Day is a day of love, and everybody that's in ministry, everybody that's a believer, you an Israelite, you a Christian, you a whatever it is. If you a pastor, you a minister out here, and you got a wife, y'all got a Valentine's Day is important for people that's in love, and they want to do certain things. Now, a lot of times the origin of it is one thing. Now, their argument was it's okay to do Valentine's Day, and I brought out certain points too. I said, well, I understand back in the days when people, in the Bible days, in the Bible land, the majority of women didn't have their own choice. A lot of times tribes and clans and people, they would go find a husband, they would go find a wife for you. So it's different from times that we're dealing with right now. But how do you think we should handle that as believers with Valentine's Day, a day of love set aside for, forget the origins, forget Cupid, forget the little fat cherubs and all of that voodoo and piercing your heart and all of that. Forget all of that stuff because that's not right and exact. But what should we do with that? I thought about Sister T and some other people, and I said, we're going to have to go live and we're going to have to discuss that, but only with certain individuals. We're living in a different time and we're living in a different culture. Some people would say, Berean, that's the problem. That's why we are disgusted with the church right now. There's nothing wrong with being in love. There's nothing wrong with celebrating love. I think every day should be a day of love if you're married, especially if you could stay married these days. Because to be honest, the majority of we getting divorced just as much as everybody else. Atheists, pagans, everybody else, we're getting divorced in the church just as much as them. But we're gonna go in a little further with this tonight. What are we gonna do with Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day in the church, and I'm not trying to be no party pooper. I think, like I said, Valentine's Day is important, especially if you're in love. And I think that's really important. But how do we handle that in the church? How do we handle dating in the church? I know a lot of sisters, and they like one home girl, and hopefully she don't see this. She can be like, "You talking about me?" She get out there and she been heavy in prayer and going to prayer Wednesday night, Friday night, but she'll tell you plain out when I start dating. And she's had a few boyfriends since I've known her since she been saved. She dating a drug. She don't care how these guys get their money. She gonna date them. If they want to come to church, that's even better. They can get it quicker going to church. But she want to they want to date any other type of guys. And they say Wednesday night, I got a man now. It's different. God look at me different. Somebody said no. God look at it different. I got a man now. I ain't gonna be up in church no Wednesday night, no Friday night. And if my man want it, my man gonna get it. Now that's interesting from you, tongue talk from you heavy, because I've seen her dance and run around that church. But a few of them be like, well, it's different when you have a man. It ain't like I'm out here with everybody. I ain't like how I was before. But if it's a man, it's my man, and we together, and he want me home on a Wednesday night, I got to make it available for him. I got to be there to cook for him. So wait a minute, you got to be there to cook for him, but you're not married to him. And then, some of them brothers, they'll say that, but they'll be like, well, I don't want to do it the white man's way. You don't need no paper to be married. But Rich says obey the laws of the land. We got to discuss these things. This is some stuff that I'm live right now online. We got to discuss some of these things. That's some stuff to look at. You can close the door. I'll be 2 seconds. So this is some stuff that we got to look at. Like I said, we're going to go in later on. Shout out to Muhammad. I see him talking. Y'all know I say names. My peeps. I see him talking reckless, some people would say. I'm going to talk to him. I was chopping it up with Pastor Majors. I might try to get him on later on. We're going to be back on in a couple of hours. Valentine's Day, the church, believers, the Bible, and being in love, relationships. Rose, we're going to talk about that right there. We're going to talk about that, and we got to look at it from every angle. Remember, this is a place of discussion, and we want to have dialogue, and we just want to see what different people's opinions are on certain things. As the Bible says specifically, we can't do that. Don't go run telling them that Berean said that. I'm just saying. We're going to chop it up later. Give me a little while. We're going to get back on this. We're going to get back on because we got to talk about this stuff here. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Oh, let me see if I can turn this thing off like I normally. Grace and peace, BK. We're going to chop it up. I'll be